Indie developers, can we stop being so lazy? I mean, if you want to win this Nintendo Switch Lite, stick around to the end of the video to find out how. There wasn't much happening in the world of video games today, but I did see a lot of indie game news, and I'm just like, how many indie games are there in the world? Jesus Christ. So I looked into it. I got interested in indie games for a minute, and I was trying a little scroll down indie lane and check some stuff out, and I just wanted to make a little video about it, talking about how indie games, 99% of indie games are just garbage. I just gotta put this out there, I'm sorry. Obviously, there are golden gems amongst the poo-poo, clearly. I mean, look at games like Cuphead and Shovel Knight and all these other things. But I think Shovel Knight started like the indie craze. Obviously it didn't start indie games. There have been indie games since forever, since the 80s. But, you know, I didn't really start paying attention or hearing about indie games myself. I was just like, oh, I play Nintendo, I play Xbox, I play PlayStation, whatever the case may be. And then Shovel Knight came along in 2014, I believe it was, and I was just like, wait a minute, obviously there was popular indie games before them, but I think Shovel Knight was just like, took it to that next level. Like, everyone and their mom was like, indie games? What are you talking about, indie games? This wasn't made by Nintendo or Xbox? Or some other AAA developer? What do you mean, some random people made this? And they just put it out themselves? Holy heck! 2014, Shovel Knight came out, and it was beloved by all. It was a throwback to classic NES, Super Nintendo style platformers with all kinds of fun new ideas thrown into it. You know, it's like, oh, imagine if they would have made this back then. They could have made it, but hey, these people took a long time. They created some fun ideas and some fun stuff. And oh, look, it's a knight with a shovel. Isn't that quirky and everything? All that fun stuff. I like Shovel Knight. It's good. But then after that, so many studios were like, ooh, this game's popular. All right, let's make our version. And they just went in and everyone just started cranking out like, look guys, we've got a quirky 2D side scroll with throwback pixel graphics. It's just like you remember. No! Literally after Shovel Knight, so many people started game studios that had no prior knowledge of creating games or anything. But there's like, I kind of want to make a game. Shovel Knight was successful. It looks easy. I'm gonna do it. Here we go. And they hopped in and made games. Like, Shane, that's not the case. Get the hell out of here. People that make indie games really do care. No, sir! Not for the most part. Obviously, like I said, there are tons of great indie games, which we will get into later, where people put actual love, care, attention to detail, etc., into their games. But there are so many indie games out there that just look like pure trash. They play like pure trash. They get rated 3 out of 10s, swept under the rug, move on to the next thing. Some people just like, oh, maybe we'll be the next Shovel Knight. We're quirky too. It's not happening. Yacht Club Games knew what they were doing. They cared. You didn't. Sorry, Buster. Sorry about you. But there are over 40,000 indie games on Steam right now. Over 40,000 indie games, all right? And Steam started in 2003, so that is an average of almost 7 indie games a day being put out on the platform. 7 a day for 17 years. That's a lot of fucking games, all right? Indie games in particular. And I guarantee you, no one can name more than like 100, right? There's just like, think about 100 out of 40,000. Let's do the math here. It's a very small fraction of quality games. And obviously there are probably hundreds that are quality. I'm just speaking in generalizations here off the top of my head. None of this is prepared. It never is. I'm not prepared. But I just wanted to express my feelings about indie games. I'm tired of this lazy pixel art style that we see in the Metroidvania. Everyone's got to make their Metroidvania like, new Metroidvania game coming to Switch. Let me grab my nips real quick and get ready. I haven't played a Metroidvania game before. Literally looking at the news today, I saw fucking on Nintendo Life, I saw, I think, 3 stories for new Metroidvania games. I'm just like, okay, do something else now. We all, like, this fucking classic Metroidvania game. We had Axiom Verge, we had Hollow Knight, all these other games that are Metroidvania style that are great. We're covered. We're good on the Metroidvania style. We've got Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Metroid as well. We're good. All right, do something innovative. Look at Cuphead. Cuphead was an indie game. that they had an original idea. Whoa, hand-drawn artwork in the 1930s cartoon style, extremely hard, kind of Contra throwback style game. They was like, wow, let's be innovative in the fucking space of indie games, and it worked. It was successful. It was amazing. I loved it. Everyone loved it. I have a fucking Cuphead shirt. All right, you know how many goddamn video game shirts I have? Like 2. Cuphead's one of them. All right. So indie developers, if you're gonna jump into making indie games, can you please have some heart, soul, and original ideas? If you want to be successful at this. If you don't want to be successful, if you want to quick cash grab and make less than minimum wage, which most indie games do, statistically, most indie games make less than $30,000 a year for their creators. If you want to do that, then I won't be playing it, and be my guest. Go ahead and dump your trash on the internet to be forgotten in just the span of a few months. So good for you. But I mean, really, indie games, you have unlimited potential. You're not restricted by studios breathing down your necks going, ooh, you need to change this, you need to do that, blah, 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 blah. It's self-published, you're making the game. Why do you gotta get out there and go, let's make another Knight game. Let's make a game. You know how many indie games come out now with the name Knight in it just because they're trying to cash in on the Shovel Knight popularity? Shovel Knight has sold millions of copies, by the way. It's very successful. And like I said, people want to ride the coattails and be like, ooh, I need to get in there and get my indie game to sell millions of copies. I'll call it Knight, and it'll be a 2D side scroller that looks like an NES game. Has anyone done that yet? Yes! Yes, Steve, they have! Everyone and their fucking grandma has made a 2D 8-bit side-scroller indie game. You're like, look, it's like a throwback. If you listen to the music, it's just like you remember. No, look at Ori and the Blind Forest. Beautiful game, incredible gameplay. It's innovative. You can be innovative and amazing in the space of indie games. Ukulele looks great. They messed up a lot with Ukulele, but it looks great. There's things you can do besides pixel art, all right? You don't have to just do like, oh, check it out, here we go, 8-bit graphics. Never seen that. And now we're getting some 16-bit, which Owlboy looks really good. Owlboy is a game that had love and care, but we get 16-bit graphics now, and it's like, look, sometimes I can't even differentiate between the 16-bit and I'm like, so wait, this is supposed to be, because on the Super Nintendo compared to NES, I can tell, but when they do these throwback 8-bit games, they have like, HD everything and all this like stuff that couldn't have happened on the NES and like all these color palettes that can happen. So when they do the 16-bit, I'm just like, wait, so which one's the 8 and the 6? I don't even know at this point, all right? I just wanted to rant because I'm sick and tired of seeing fun, wacky, pixel art, 2D side-scrollers, and Metroidvania games just literally every single day they're getting released. Like, why would you not want to make something innovative and something special and something creative? Why do you want to follow the trends? Why do you want to be a dick rider, huh? Right? You're riding the dick of Shovel Knight, trying to ride it straight to the bank, and it's not working. Some games can follow that art style and be a little like Celeste. Celeste, people love Celeste mainly because like, ooh, it's like nice and pretty and it's flowy and it's got these really hard levels, but it's like rewarding, etc. There's ways you can even use this formula, tweak it a little bit and be successful, but so many indie developers just go, yep, here we go. Same thing you've been seeing for years, except I made it this time. Just can someone put a cap on how many indie games we get a day and the exact same art style and the exact same gameplay, please? And can we stop making games that have Knight in the title just to try to ride the coattails of Shovel Knight? Can we stop that? Just for a little while, to give me a break from seeing it, because I look at like all the video game news websites every day just to see like, oh, is there anything interesting I want to talk about, give my ideas about on the show here, and every single day it's just like, new Metroidvania game coming, ooh, check out the pixel art from this game. It looks exactly like the last 500 that came out. Awesome, great, fantastic, can't wait to play it. Haha, woo! Just wanted to go on a little rant. I don't know, maybe it didn't make any sense, but it was fun to do, and I like doing stuff like that. And like I said, there was nothing much else to talk about, and I just said, you know what? I'm gonna rant about all these goddamn indie games we keep getting. And here we are. If you're mad, leave your comment. I will laugh at it, probably reply, and not care beyond that. So I don't know, you can leave. The door's right there. Just open it and go. I don't know. But anyways, thanks for listening to the words of an insane person. But if you want to win this Nintendo Switch Lite right here, all you gotta do is leave a like, comment, and be subscribed. You gotta be subscribed. to win. I'll be picking a random winner at the end of the month, live on twitch.tv/Fugamecrue. So follow me there if you want to see if you won live, or if you just want to join in my daily live streams. I do them daily. They're fun. We have a fun time. Lots of fun jokes and rants and anger and all kinds of stuff goes off in there. So go check that out. But yeah, I'll be picking a random comment from a random video uploaded in May. So get those comments on all the May videos if you want more chances to win, or if you don't, who cares? I don't know, whatever. More giveaways coming throughout the year, so stay tuned for that. And if you want to be like this badass on screen right here, our merch store, fugamecrue.bigcartel.com. We got shirts, stickers, mugs, all that fun stuff. Good quality, fast shipping, and pricing. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/fugamecrue for as low as $1 a month. You can really help out the channel a lot. We also have a join button down below where you can get cool badges that change the longer you've been supporting the channel. Show it off in the comments. Go, oh, look, I'm a supporter. We appreciate you, dude. You also get emotes to use on live stream when we live stream on YouTube, which we usually do Fridays. We had some technical difficulties last Friday, yada yada, you know the deal. We try to get it out on Fridays. If we don't, then sorry. But all those are great ways to support the channel. But you can even support the channel just by liking, commenting, subscribing, all that fun stuff. Any way you choose to do so, we love you so much. Links to everything in the description. My personal channel is down there. Cameron's personal channel is down there as well. Go check all that stuff out. We're also on BitChute and Vlare, but you're gonna have to Google us to find those, because YouTube's weird about the links. And I'll see you later.
So I want to say thank you to your loyalty. Thank you for your support.